I'll admit, I didn't handle that in the best manner, and I could have been a lot calmer, but I really don't want someone to live with me. I live by myself in a 2-bedroom apartment in Forest Hills, and I already pay a lot for rent and have a very tight budget for food. Even if his parents offered to pay for his expenses, such as food and transportation, I still wouldn't want him living with me. Shortly after my blow-up with my aunt, a few of my family members began blowing up my phone, saying that I'm being selfish and I'm jealous of my cousin's success. My uncle texted me, saying that I'm ruining his son's life and ranted about how self-absorbed I am. Yet they haven't even offered me anything in return for housing him, and to be frank, I don't care what he or anyone else in my family tells me about this situation. There's a reason I try to avoid them at family functions. My mother said that I was being unfair and that I'll open my apartment door for one-night stands but not for her own family. I told her that she can have a say in who I let into my apartment when she starts paying my rent. Right now, I'm contemplating blocking my mom. Part of me feels like a jerk and the other part of me feels like it's my apartment, so I shouldn't be bullied into anything I don't want to do. I'm not mad at my cousin because he's a kid, but I'm really mad at everyone in my family taking his parents' and mom's side of the story. My dad has been very supportive of my decision and is reprimanding my mom and her family about the whole situation. Edit. I forgot to add that I did contact my cousin last week to tell him that it's not personal and he's more than welcome to visit if he decides to dorm. He hasn't replied to my text, and I didn't think he would because we're not really that close. Update 1. So last night, I called my cousin, and he picked up. We talked about the whole situation. He said that he didn't like how I talked to his mom that day, which is why he avoided my text. I apologized to him for cursing at his mom. He asked me not to get mad at what he was about to tell me. He then said that he's not even sure if he wants to go to NYU. I immediately felt like screaming into a pillow. He didn't want to tell his parents because he knows how much they want him to go to NYU, but he wants to go to the University of Toronto. I didn't say anything for a bit because, at the moment, I'm just over this whole thing. I told him that I wouldn't care when he decides to tell them because at the moment, I'm going to have low contact with my family members. He must have told his mom because you know what happened today at work? My mom and aunt showed up at my workplace. They didn't get past the lobby, but they were damn loud, demanding that I talk to them. I came down to see if I could get them to leave. My aunt accused me of manipulating my cousin so he wouldn't go to NYU. It was honestly the most embarrassing 10 minutes of my life. The guard, thankfully, ushered them out of the lobby, but my manager called me to talk to her in her office, and she wasn't happy with the whole situation. She asked if this would happen again, and I told her what I honestly thought: I hope not. I made a group chat with my mom, aunt, and everyone else who sided with them and texted them. It's one thing to go after my moral character, but I can never forgive you for embarrassing me in front of my coworkers and in my workplace. You're never allowed to come near my apartment, or else I will call the cops on you. I blocked them all, and tomorrow I'm going to talk to my landlord to switch out the locks and get a new key. I want to thank everyone for their comments and advice. I really do appreciate all the support. Good night, and I hope nobody has to go through this.